know he was throwed.
How did he not know he was throwed? That's the guy.
That dude, that isn't what I meant at the comedy club, though, dude. Yeah.
How did he not know that guy?
Bro.
There we are.
Oh,
Rolling.
oh, wait, what's up? What's up, Sucka? What's up, man? What's up? We're here live, and welcome back to the podcast. What's up, Sucka? I apologize for last week, man. Last week's podcast with Raul Sanchez, my boy, but I never introduced Raul. We're in just like this, man. Thanks to my producer, Josh, who just doesn't warn me when we're right the second we go live. But anyway,
right.
We're live. What's up, Sucka? We're here live with Nacion Botello.
Yes, sir. What's going on, everybody?
What's up, Nation? Where do you get Nation from? You from Islam or what's that from?
Well, that's my real name.
Nation is your real name?
Yeah.
Your mom and your dad are from Islam, or where'd that come from?
Yeah, they are. Nah, but for real, that's my real name.
But how do you spell it?
Nacion.
Oh, it's like Nacion, right? But just nation. But what is that? What it means in English if you translate it? Nacion. What does that mean? That means
It's half of my full name.
oh, Encarnacion.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you're like.
It means rebirth.
Incarnation. You're like what's his name? I just saw the movie for the first time recently. Nacho Libre.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah,
too.
you're like Nacho Libre, man. So most Encarnations go by Nacho, right?
I don't know.
They do, yeah.
I go by
Yeah.
Nation.
Oh,
That's all
yeah.
I know.
They do go by Nacho.
Yeah,
right?
they do.
Yeah. You know what they said that Edwards go in Mexico they call you?
What do they
If
call
your
it?
name's Edward?
What?
You know what they did? You know Spanish? Do you know what they call Edwards in Spanish?
Edward?
Yeah, in Mexico? Lalo.
Lalo.
Yeah, I don't know where the fuck they get that from.
Whoa, shit. My uncle's name is Lalo, so he's Edward this whole time. I did not know that.
He might be, but there's probably other Lalos, but I don't fucking know. Anyway, we sure fucking went off track.
For real, right?
So
I
what's,
just jump right in it.
yeah, so what's up, Nation? What you got going on in your world, man? It's, if you don't know who Nation is, I'll let him introduce himself. What is it you do there, bro?
So I'm a tattoo artist and owner of Off the Clock Tattoo.
Off the Clock Tattoo owner. How long have you owned that?
3.5 years.
3.5? Dang, it's been that long already? You've been off the clock for a minute, huh?
7.5 years off the clock.
Really?
From a 9 to 5 job.
Damn, dude. That's badass. So how's it been going as a shop owner right in the middle of a fucking pandemic and all that crap? That kind of was a stinger, huh?
A little bit. It's kind of adjusting to everything that's going on.
And your landlords are cool with everything that's going on too. Did they? Or they're like, fuck it. Well, if you can't make it, let me know. We'll get someone else in the can. Or everyone works with you right now. Is it pretty? Being a shop owner, you're on the west side, right?
Yeah, right off Castroville Road.
Shit, dirties from the west side don't play either.
Yep, 36th Street, Castroville Road.
That's the real west side, not the rezoned west side.
No, not at all yet.
Over by Marbach and 410. That's west, but that's not. That's the rezoned west side. The real west side is over there.
Yep.
You're like in walking distance to San Fernando.
Oh, yeah,
Cemetery.
for real. Down the street, Las Palmas right there.
Oh yeah. If you're in walking distance from Las Palmas, dude, you're in the real west side, dude. That's. You got burglar bars?
Mm-hmm.
Of course. that's.
I got big ones, too. Drilled.
Yeah. See, you got to
real.
put the real ones, dude, because those little ones, they laugh at those, right?
Yep. I seen the craziest thing being in that location.
What'd you see?
Man, I seen one of the ones I seen. So I was outside. I wasn't outside. I was inside looking out, and
All scared?
No. There was this one dude walking, and he looks like he just got beat up. I was like, oh shit. He looks like he's gonna either go in a fight or got beat up. And then all you hear is this truck pull up right in front of him. These dudes got out. They beat the shit out of him.
Again?
Yeah, and then they were trying to throw him in the truck. They were dragging him.
Oh, they were going to kidnap his ass?
Yeah, they were trying to kidnap him. But I think they were too heavy. That guy was too heavy. The other guys
Fuck, they would have got me in there.
Real easy.
Yeah, the littlest dude. I got him. They would have just chunked me in there. Damn. And so what'd you do? You didn't say nothing?
That's not my business. I was getting entertained.
A kidnapping's none of my business.
I was just watching. I was like, damn, that's crazy. But you're used to seeing shit like that all the time over there.
Wow, dude, you got to keep a gun in the shop, huh?
Yeah, always.
That's crazy. Excuse me. That's crazy that you just. And did the cops show up later on? Or the dude, they finally just left and said, oh, man, we can't get him.
I think somebody reported, but yeah, they were circling the area.
Were you scared that night?
Never scared.
You don't get scared, dude, when you see shit like that? Does it freak you out and go, man?
No.
That's weird because you know what it does? It makes you so like numb and resilient to that shit, dude.
Yeah, since a kid growing up in those type of areas, you you're just ready for whatever.
Yeah, dude. That's what I freak out when I have friends that come over and they want to let's go have a drink somewhere and they're wearing Crocs or they're wearing flip flops. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? They're like, oh man, it's cool, you know. And I'm like, no, dude. Like I lace up to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Because remember before the pandemic when they were shooting up every place. Remember when people were getting caught in Walmarts or these stores where all the glass got busted and they were in flip-flops and they lost their shoes and their feet were all bloodied and people couldn't run because they had stepped on glass and they got shot up again. You know what? Oh, no, I'm strapped up. If my shoes come off, it's because they pulled them off me.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm going to make it, bro. I'm running, dude. I don't even go in my slip-on Vans, dude. I got to be ready, dude. I stay ready.
You know, I always thought about with burglar bars. We had burglar bars growing up. And that means that you're more scared of what's outside than burning alive inside your house because you're not getting those bars.
That's
off.
the thing that sucks.
Well,
yeah.
Well, there is a latch for fires on burglar bars. Well, the old school was
that we didn't have.
Old school. But
no, it was bolted into the brick.
But you know
that's how mine is.
That's what's weird is that you said that because a couple of years ago at my old house, a block over one Sunday morning, dude. Well, it was about noon because we got up. Remember, my girlfriend had just opened up all the blinds, and I noticed there was a lot. My street isn't there's not a lot of cars just going down my street, but there was just car after car after car, and I was like, man, why is everyone coming down this street? And all the neighbors were standing outside, and I was like, I told my girlfriend, I go, look, there's something going on out here, and then everyone just started running towards across the street towards a house. And I ran outside, and then you could just see smoke started coming out the back of it. And the house was on fire. And I guess the fire trucks were already on Callahan redirecting traffic, so they were coming up to my street. Well, when I went around, I got out, jumped on my bike, my quad angle. Shout out to SE Racing, and I rode around the block, and there was a dude trapped inside the house. And
from the burglar bars,
he had taken his burglar bars and mounted them on the inside of his house.
Oh shit!
And because they were trying to pull the burglar bars off, and they couldn't, because they could even unbolt them if they had to, or bust them out with jackhammers, whatever. They couldn't do anything. He was inside, and apparently he was some kind of hoarder, and he had all these plastic containers of stuff, and they did burn because you could smell it real strong. And he died in the fire, and the fire chief was on the news that night saying he had his burglar bars inside instead of outside the house, and they couldn't get him out.
Shit,
that's crazy, dude.
That's such a happy story.
Yes, thank you, West Side. And again, to speak of more of the West Side that we still celebrate. For real. So you've been on the West Side like your whole tattoo career?
Yeah, I grew up in the West Side right there.
What elementary school did you go to?
Coronel Escobar.
Hey, chill out, bro. This is an English speaking show, bro.
You asked if I speak Spanish.
Yeah, and but not on the show. I did. And then what junior high did you go to? The Foya.
Nah, I did go to Gus. I went to Gus Garcia.
Gus Garcia.
Yeah, I went for 1 year and then I got kicked out.
And where'd you go to high school then?
Alternative.
You didn't even go to like Lanier or Fox Tech or?
I was in Alternative for a long time. I graduated from Alternative and then I walked with Memorial.
Oh, really?
I graduated.
They just picked the rowdiest school to make you walk with?
Well, I was going to go to Memorial because my neighborhood, that
was a gang that you clicked with?
Nah.
That was the gang that allowed you to walk the stage with them?
Right.
Yeah, because Memorial's rowdy. I used to go to this ramp over there, this half pipe in the 80s and skate over there. And I remember when we'd drive into Memorial, we'd be like, damn, there's some dirties over here. You know, because I went to Central Catholic, bro. And,
yeah.
You know, Central Catholic.
But yeah,
we had to worry about priests touching us, you know, and brothers.
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
We didn't have to worry about the gang shooting at us. We had to worry about priests shooting at us. Hey, look out! Is that thing loaded? But shout out to just kidding. So yeah, man. So you've watched all kinds of crazy shit. You have a big family?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, when you come from a big family, you got a bunch of cousins and brothers and. There's a bunch, and you're from the if you're from the West Side or the South Side and you got a big family, you've seen some shit.
Oh yeah,
and that's just at the family barbecues, right?
Yeah, you hear all the cheeseman shit sometimes.
And then there's always that drunk relative that shows up starting shit. And
I don't think on my family we don't.
Y'all don't fight with each other?
No, we don't.
Man, usually Mexican families, like, they act all, together, but when they're so together, they don't have anyone else to fight with, so they fight amongst themselves.
I've seen it from
Yeah.
other families, but
Yeah,
not
I've seen
mine.
it big time with other families, and not so much with mine either, like that. But even though, like right now, I'm beefing with my brother. You know, shout out to my bitch ass brother, David punk ass motherfucker. But yeah, dude, like one of my brothers pissed me off, and I just like right now I'm like just don't have shit to do with them. But we're not like gonna go look for each other at the family barbecue or nothing like
box
that.
out and shit.
But it's weird because I see family in West Side is like it don't matter if you're family. If you if you burn someone for $5, they're coming after your ass.
The other day I was driving, I think by Guadalupe, and this dude was coming down the tracks, and he was driving with his door open, with his legs out, like just cruising.
What kind of car?
I don't even know what kind of piece of shit car it was, but it almost hit my car. I was
Oh,
like,
with his
damn.
door, it almost hit you?
Yeah, I was like, dude, this is exactly why I'm finally out of the West Side. I'm glad, thank God, I'm done with the West Side.
No, but 'cause
you
that's
look-
normal shit.
Yeah, exactly. I love the West Side, but there's just I can't
And
stand it.
and
you
if
know?
his door would have hit you drive a nice Mercedes too. That's a nice fucking Mercedes that
Yeah.
you're driving. So shout out to Mercedes. And, yeah, that's a nice fucking. And so if his door would have hit your car too, I guarantee he would have felt it was your fault. He would have felt like it was your fucking
some
fault.
shit would have went down for sure.
Yeah, but he would have blamed you for that. He would have taken like it wouldn't have been
for-
his fault at all.
they're
But
stupid.
hopefully, when it hit that fucking door, it would have smashed his fucking leg so fucking good
Exactly.
that y'all could have got on. You could have laughed at him, and
I
while
would
he
beat
laid
his,
on
I
the
would beat
ground.
his
Yeah.
ass and take off. Like,
Yeah,
fuck 'em.
yeah. I know, but that is. You know what I saw on the west side too, on Highway 90 in Nogalitos the other day. I'm leaving.
South side right there.
Going west side, going to Nogalitos. Yeah, it's southwest.
Mhm.
I'm going up 90.
That's by the HEB, no?
Yeah, I'm going up 90, and I see like there's a hill, and I could just see brake lights coming on and people slowing down and then disappearing over the hill, and I'm like, huh, maybe there was a wreck over the hill. Or just, I get up over the hill, and there's a dirty in a
Oh
old,
yeah.
in an old Ford truck driving in reverse. It's like 3 PM, bro. He's driving in reverse on Highway 90. People are coming at him at 65, 75 miles an hour. And he's doing about 35, 40. And you can tell he's drunk. And he's just in reverse, and he's telling everyone to slow down as he's facing them. He's trying to reverse to the exit. He's trying to get over to the exit. And I was like, oh, shit. And I was telling my buddy, I was like, bro, when I left your shop the other day, I saw this dude driving in reverse on 90, dude, just like nothing, telling everyone to slow down. He goes, oh, is he driving a truck? I was like, yeah.
He knows him.
And he was like, yeah, bro. He comes down the street sometimes and takes a right here and goes to the bar, and then you see him leaving in reverse. His car only works in reverse, but he just drives it around like that.
Freaking everybody out.
That's like a normal
That's
thing.
yeah, but there's and everyone, they're probably sitting around drinking beers laughing about it, you know, but
Yeah.
that doesn't happen on the north side.
I'm glad it doesn't. I'm glad it does not. They don't have enough gas to reach it over here.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking crazy, dude. Yeah, the people just do that, and it's normal as fuck, dude. People jumping out and wanting to fight. Look, people have wanted to fight with me. What did the dude tell me? He looked at me while I was stopped at a light and threw a beer at me, hit my window, and beer splashed all on me and shit because he said I looked like I was hard. And
Yeah.
he said, you want to be sitting there looking all hard? And I was like, what are you, some fag? You're walking around looking for men that are hard, bitch? And he was like, what? And he started looking
And
around
you
on the
piss them off even more.
Yeah, and I'm military, and I'm stopped at the light, and he's looking on the ground and I was like, what's he looking for? I'm like, there's not really a rock. And there's a old English fucking 40 ounce, and he picks it up, and he had a
Chunks it at
backpack.
you.
Yeah, he had a backpack, and so he put his backpack down, and
Wait, you picked a fight with a homeless person?
I didn't pick the fight,
Right?
dude.
You didn't got nothing better.
The
to do?
dude he was walking down the street, and I'm stopped at a light, just looking straight ahead.
You're looking all hard.
Looking
Right.
all hard, apparently, because as soon as he got in my line of view, and I was just like in the zone, like just looking like, damn, okay, this light, I'm going to cut through. Because this is the south side, bro. When you
Yeah.
drive to the south side, you got to be ready. And so I was like, okay, this light. And the dude's walking, and I'm like, okay, I hope the light doesn't turn green while he's in front of the car, because I know people are on the south side. So anyway, he's walking. As soon as he got in my view, he started going, what the fuck? He started yelling, but I had my windows up.
Yeah.
So he's yelling at me something, and then I wrote it down a little bit. I go, what's up, man? And he said, what the fuck? You fucking sitting there looking all hard, motherfucker. You think you're bad? And I was like, what, dude? I go, I wasn't even looking at you, dude. And yeah, motherfucker. And then I said, oh, you looking for men that are hard? That's what you're doing, bitch. I said, you know what? Keep walking before I get out of the van and ruin your whole fucking day.
Yeah.
And he was just like, oh, yeah. And he put his bag down and started looking for something. And he found something. He found a fucking...
The bottle.
About a quarter of it was left in this fucking bottle.
Ugh.
Yeah, and it was summer, dude. And
Yeah, you hope it was beer in there.
yeah, and he fucking picked it up, and I was like, oh, and so I
You immediately regretted
Yeah,
even
yeah.
talking to him.
I had my the AC on. I remember it was hot, so I had the windows up. And when he went to wind up to throw it, I said, "Fuck, he's gonna break my window if it is." So I rolled the window all the way down.
So he can hit you?
Yeah, well, I was gonna block it with my hands. I leaned my head back because the window of the van covered it. Just
Yeah.
I mean, the metal part was right there. And when I leaned back, he wound up real hard and he chunked it, and it hit the side of the van, and the bottle was open, so beer just shot
In the
all
van.
into the mirror and kind of in the van and shit like that. And I had a knife in the middle
Yeah.
console, so right when he did that, bam! I just opened the door. I had already taken my seatbelt off
How long ago was this?
last year.
Okay.
That was recent.
I know.
Yeah. So I had already taken my seatbelt off. So I fucking, as soon as he bam and it splashed on me, I opened the door. And I didn't have the knife open. But I had it closed in my hand because I was gonna hit him with the butt of it. And I jumped out, and that dude had just broke running.
Yeah.
He took off running, and now the light turns fucking green. And so and now my van's there at the light with the door open, like I'm from the west side or something.
Perfect example.
Yeah, so I fucking run back to the van, and he's coming back because he's got to get his bag, and I had a Gatorade in the middle, so
You should have took his bag.
I should have, but I didn't want to touch it. So I grabbed the Gatorade, and I turned around and I threw the Gatorade at him, but I missed. I can never hit anyone with that shit. So then I jumped in and I took off. So I go over to the shop, and my buddy that I was hoping was there wasn't there. So I said, fuck it. I took off and I went around the block, and I came around again, and that dude was walking like all smug now. Like he was walking with a purpose now.
Yeah.
And I had gone to Jack in the Box earlier that day. Shout out to
Wait,
Jack
you
in the
hunted
Box.
him down again?
Well, I went around the block.
You hunted him
Right,
down
Yeah,
again?
yeah. And so I,
You want some trouble.
Yeah,
I
so-
think you're the crazy person in
yeah,
this.
dude, he fucking threw beer or piss or whatever
Well,
on me.
because you were looking hard.
I have to admit, I probably was looking hard. I forgot about that part. So I'm going down Military now on the other side of the street, and he's walking down the street right here. And so I rolled out my passenger window.
You were on Military?
Yep.
So this okay, but that's the other story. No, on 90?
Huh?
On
No, 90 was a guy driving backwards on
Okay,
the
this is-
highway. This is
okay.
a guy. This is just me driving down Military.
Oh, okay.
And so I see him coming down. So I roll down the passenger door, and I get my fountain drink, like half full from Jack in the Box. Shout out to Jack in the Box. And
Man, you should be getting paid for
I'm
all
trying
these.
to, dude. You see what I'm
God
trying to
damn.
do? And so I see him, and he saw me, too, and he was going, what? Like that, like yelling, what? And I slowed down, and I fucking threw the cup out the window with perfect, like if I was a trained Olympian.
Yeah.
And I threw it, and it smacked him right in the chest and
Should
spilled.
have got off and beat his ass.
And I could have if I
You
had
had
someone
shit
to
to
take the
do.
van. No, if someone would have taken the van, I'm working, dude. I can't have that van get impounded.
Insurance?
No, dude. No, dude. I wasn't doing that, dude. If I would have had someone with
Ain't
me,
nobody got
that-
time for that?
that's why I went over to see if that dude was there, because I was gonna go back and tell him take the van. If anyone, the cop, whatever, take the van and get the fuck out of the way, because I'm staying fuck this dude up.
Yeah.
But he wasn't there, so I went by myself, and so I didn't have.
Was
that.
it orange soda or big red?
It was
beer. I think it was beer.
It was a Dr Pepper or a Coke.
What do you do?
Yeah.
Refreshing.
Nah, he was yelling. He was like that. What the fuck? And I went, and I was like, I felt
All right.
I felt victorious as I was driving away.
That's what you wanted. That's
I
why you kept
did.
circling
What do you mean?
around.
As you drove away to your home after your job, and he went back under a freaking
I hope
bridge?
I hope a cold breeze came
All
in
right.
right afterwards, and he got the shivers and was hurting under that bridge that night. That motherfucker.
You had this plan. This is what it sounds like.
It does. No, I don't think he was homeless, but he was like my age, and I'm sure he still lived at his mama's house. You know, like
okay.
it was like that, dude. Because he had like Reeboks on, and I don't know.
Was he all there? Was he a little throat?
He started shit with me for looking hard for no reason. You tell me.
Yeah, he's throat. You messed with it. How? That's a.
You're probably in his hood.
Dude, I have gotten to it with,
That's
with a few throat people
Yeah.
in my life. Have
They-
you?
Throat?
Yeah.
There's been incidents, but shit.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Not like I've never like just fucking straight out.
Yeah, you don't go out looking for it.
No, but I'm sure this kid was throwed one time at Bill Miller's. A whole family walked in, and this kid, like they were on a trip, and I know he had bedhead. He must have been like 17, 18,
Trying to
big,
act hard.
tall.
Yeah.
And he walked in with a pillow in his hand, like he was mad. So he's already got a pillow in his hand. So he's probably
17?
18, 17.
You be messing with 17-year-olds?
No, I didn't. Listen.
Damn.
And he came in with his whole family, a younger sister and parents. And
He fought the whole family.
And
Sounds
it
like
was
it.
it was just like he went like this. It was like he scanned the room of Bill Miller's,
And boom, saw you.
and he saw me, and he went, "What?" Like,
What's
and I
up?
was
Yeah.
I was eating, and I was just like, that
Here we
dude
go
didn't-
again.
And he's got this pillow, and his hair's standing all up, and he's like vavas on his face, and he's looking. He's like, "What?" And I was like, "No." And then so they ordered food, and now they got closer to us where we were sitting, and he's looking at me still, and he goes and sits down, staring at me, and I'm telling my friend, I'm like, I think this throwed off kid is like mad dogging me. I'm not
Am I
sure.
chirping? Right?
And then my friend turns around and look, and now he's like, "What the fuck?" And he says like verbally says some shit.
Your boy?
And no, well, he
No,
says
the
it to
kid.
me because I said because I tell my friend like, "Hey, this dude,"
And then your friend.
and he just like looked to see if he
Oh,
was
yeah.
looking, and then the dude saw, and so he figured I said something like, "Look at this asshole."
What you
I
did?
guess no, I
Yeah,
didn't.
exactly.
Yeah, I was like, "Dude." So anyway, and I
You
was
live
like,
for it. He lives
I
for
was
it.
just like, man, I can't. I'm not gonna fight this dude. And if he would have fought me though, I felt like he was
Yeah.
gonna attack me, and I was gonna have to fight this throwed off kid.
What if he
17.
would have came and hit you with his pillow?
I said he could have been 18. In
This
Texas, he
guy.
could join the military at 17.
He was probably 14, just a big
He
kid.
could go fight other country. He could fight in his own country. Then, damn it,
What about that comedian who wanted to fight you?
which one?
The one that you were going to the strip club with.
Oh yeah, he was throwed too.
Damn, strip club.
No, he was posting that I was going to the strip club with him, and I had to tell him, "Hey, bro, quit posting. I have a girlfriend. I'm not at the strip club with you. You keep tagging me at the strip
That's
club
what
with
you're
Edward."
telling him, right?
That's what. Yeah, we had to come to a plan.
Yeah.
And then when I told him to quit posting that, he told me, "What, you got a fucking
Because your
problem, bro?"
GPS was on, right? On
Yeah.
your phone.
He was like, "You got a fucking problem, bro? You want to fucking go? I'll beat your ass, bitch." And he started, and I was just like, "Hold on, what? I don't even know you. I met him once."
Yeah.
And then he was like, and then he started telling me all this shit. And I said, "Okay, bro, when I catch you, I'm gonna catch you." So I went out to the comedy club and I waited for him on open mic
This
night.
guy. You love that shit.
No, but he kept on messaging me, texting me, Facebook and this and that, and talking shit to me.
Yeah.
And I told him, "Hey, bro, stop it. I don't know you. Just delete all my shit." He asked me to do some, not a podcast at the time. It was some radio show that he did. He asked me to do it, so I gave him my number. And then that started it.
Yeah.
So it was like a stalker. You won't know. If you ever get a fan, you'll understand.
I've had stalkers. Trust
Okay.
me.
Okay. Well,
I know how that feels.
So he started acting like that, like for no reason. And then, I mean, I didn't know he was throwed.
How did he not know he was throwed? That's the guy.
That
Dude, that isn't what I met at the comedy club, though, dude. Yeah,
How did he not know that guy's
bro.
throwed?
So he looks like he could have a talk show, right? Right? He looks like he's got a face for radio.
you just gotta leave these people alone.
So
Poor guy.
and then he just started talking crazy to me, dude. And then when I like I said, when I told him to stop it, he started saying, "I'll fuck you up," and all. "You scared of me, bitch? You want to throw? I'll throw with you. You want to throw?" And I was just like, "All right, bro." So I went and sat there at the comedy club, and then I saw him coming up the escalator, but he was talking about weapons and guns, and people said all this shit. And I don't fuck with guns, bro. So when I saw him coming up the stairs, I checked to see if he had anything in his hand. Like, nope, he didn't. And he's a big dude. When I say big, I'm talking
Yeah, I could see that.
big, bro. I'm not like I'm a little dude.
Yeah, yeah.
And so he came fucking up the escalator, and I went right out there to the front because I was gonna do it in the club. So I went out there and was like, "Hey, bro."
The strip club?
No, the
Yeah.
comedy club.
Uh-huh. Comedy club.
Comedy club.
All
So
right.
I went out there and I went around.
I think we should go to
I told the
comedy
DJ,
club after.
"Hey, can you hold on a second? I'm gonna go outside." And so I went out there and I was like, "Hey, man," I was like, "What the fuck? I told you, you're gonna fucking stop that shit. Don't send me another fucking message. Don't send me another fucking text. I'm telling you, bro, I'm not fucking playing with you. I'm here to tell you, you know." And he starts yelling, big comedian here in the house. Oh, what are you going to do? You going to touch me? You going to assault me? Big comedian. And he starts, and I was just like.
That's when you should have just knocked him out.
He would have pressed charges, bro. He would have pressed charges. And I was just, and I was like, I've been to prison. So anyway, I was just like, I said, you know what, bro? I see what you do. I'm not going to press charges. I go, you know what? I'll let you throw the first punch.
And then after that,
whatever happens, it's
all
defense.
game right there.
And then I promise I'm not going to press charges. I'll let you throw the first punch, and I promise I'm not going to press charges, bro. But just throw it. That's my insurance.
Do you think that guy's ever thrown a punch?
Probably, bro. I don't know. You are totally underestimating what someone can do, a person. Dude, I saw dudes in prison like that fuck motherfuckers up, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck motherfuckers up, bro. But Butterbean.
Yes.
I do not think that is not threatening in a fight, bro. I don't know how you think that a little dude like me, that you think that can't do some damage to me.
Well, Butterbean is muscle. So he's big in muscle.
But
that
I mean,
it wasn't big in muscle.
But I wasn't scared of that this dude was going to hurt me. Believe me, I was
No, I'm not saying that you're
I wasn't worried like, oh man, this dude. Which there's always that fear, like you can get hurt in a fight.
Yeah.
But I wasn't scared.
If he landed on you, you're fucked.
What I was worried about is what I was gonna fucking do to him. What I was gonna do to him to teach him a fucking lesson. That's what I was thinking. Like, how serious of the charges am I gonna get?
You could have taken away his toys, and he would have been.
No, but I was. I mean, he got me to that point because he was telling me, because then that happened, and then I said, just throw a punch. No, man. I said, you know what? Even better. Let's just walk down to the parking garage, and where no one is watching us, and I'll throw the first punch down there. And I'll say you did, but now it's your word against mine. But let's go down there. So he was like, no. I said, let me tell you what's gonna happen right now, motherfucker. If I get one more text, one more message, one more tag, one more this, I'm gonna come deal with the charges. Then I'm like you said. Then I'm done thinking about anything. You're not listening. This is gonna keep going on. I'm just going to go put a stop to it. I'll deal with the fucking charges.
But now he found God.
Okay, well, God wasn't lost. So I told him that, and he said, okay. And he stopped. And then supposedly that night, he went and checked himself into a rehab and all this stuff.
Hey, you saved his life.
Yes. Okay. And then he came back, and then he...
Rehab?
That he was drinking and taking pills, I guess.
Yeah.
Is that what it was? Something like that, right? I don't know. I don't know the dude. This other comedian was coming and telling me, hey, bro, why don't... Because this would happen. He went to some kind of rehab in like 30 days or something. Because then like a month or so later, he was messaging me again saying, hey, man, I'd like to talk to you. I'm on whatever step it is to make amends and apologize during his treatment. And I was like, no, dude, I don't need to talk to you, bro. We were never friends where you ruined this lifelong friendship and we need to make amends. I met you one time. You freaked out. I don't fucking need... Oh, I'm sorry. I demonized you and I terrorized you. And I know how much fear... That's what he kept saying, how much fear I've instilled. I was like, no, bitch, you didn't
sound
fucking...
like a fight.
You didn't fucking scare... Like, I don't... Just lose my number. That's the best thing you can fucking do.
But that's the best way to do it, to still troll somebody, be like, I know you were terrified.
Yes, dude. Yeah. And I was just like,
oh,
man. So then this other dude kept telling me, hey, man, why don't you go meet with him so that he could... I go, no. I'm like, no. I don't need any apology or nothing else from this dude. I'm like, we're done, bro. And then I ran into him at HEB. Of course, I ran into him at the parking lot at HEB. He was like...
On the west side, right?
No. Not on the north side. And he was like, hey... Are you Eddie? Motherfucker, you know who the fuck I am, dude. I was like,
I bet you he does. I bet you he's that throne.
And then he saw me, and because I saw him, and I told my girl, I was like, oh, there's this dude. Here's the keys. If you fucking do anything, I'm gonna start playing handball with his big old head. I'm good at hitting that little ball. Can you imagine that big old ball? I'm gonna tee off. And then he was like, hey man, I just want to. I go, hey bro, don't even worry about it. I hadn't even thought about it again, bro. Okay, yeah, just done. We're good.
He'd cry immediately, I think.
I hope so. But shout out to my boy.
My boy.
Yeah. So
that shit for nothing then.
Yeah. Oh, dude. So tell us about one of your experiences with that. I know you've got some then.
Nah, I'd rather not speak about those.
You have to, dude. That's what these podcasts are for.
Nah.
Yes, they are, dude. We can loosen them up a little bit with a couple more sips. Let me tell you about it.
Let me
when
start
I went to
off
Morgan's Wonderland and fucked up. He's gonna be like, I fucked up 13 people one time on cutting off the bus at Morgan.
Yeah,
Dude, one time I hit this dude. He had a little chicken wing. He had he had a little chicken wing arm, and we were playing poker.
This guy right here.
Well, what do you call it, bro? I don't know. Well, it was a little chicken wing arm, and so we were playing poker. But this dude wasn't a kid. He was like 38 years old.
But you know where the punch is coming from.
This one,
Exactly.
Yeah,
Hopefully he said.
well,
He can jab you with the other one.
He did. He did.
He knocks him out, right?
No, because it was. I guess it still made a fist, and and it was like, like a
1-inch punch.
Yeah, so
For real, right?
because we were playing poker, and every time like he'd call, I would like I played my hand, and anyway, like I had a good hand, I raised, and he was like, oh man, you fucking asshole! Every time when I'm in a hand, you want to fucking keep re-raising, and I'm like, I don't care if you're in the hand, I'm playing my hand, and after about the third time, he went, oh you fucking bitch, and he went like this, and he jabbed me with his little chicken wing,
Yeah.
and he caught me like, you know the bone when you pop people on that bone, and I was like, oh fucker, and so I went like this to get him back, but he moved forward on me. So when he did that, like I hit him fucking good. Like I hit him hard, boom, and he went like, oh, you fucking bitch. He goes, you fucking bitch. And he started to tear up, man. I was like, and everyone at the table's looking at me now. And I was like, hey, motherfucker. I go, well, you know what, dude? I said, first of all, he goes, I've never disrespected you and hit you like that. And I said, motherfucker, first of all, you call me a bitch 3 times right now, bro. I said,
that's your limit. 3?
Yeah, I was like, nah, you know, you're lucky I didn't hit you the first time you said it, you know, but the little chicken wing arm would have made me look bad, but you fucking hit me with that thing. And I go, quit touching me with that thing anyway. I don't know if that shit's contagious or not.
Oh, shit.
And that's when he got all mad. And then he fucking went over to the
like
other.
that? Like this kid?
No, he was a full hand. It just was chicken wing.
Okay.
And so he went over to the other he went over to the other table and told this other dirty that I guess took him over there that was like a little bit older than me, and went and told him like, you just fucking hit me.
Yeah.
Like a little girl. Like he went over there and said, you just hit me. And then that dude looked over at me and whatever, and I was like, what's up? And he didn't say nothing. He just kept playing cards. And so the dude comes back. I said, hey, bro, you just went over there and told that dude to whoop my ass? I said, let me tell you what's going to happen right now, dude. I don't give a fuck about the little chicken wing and all that shit. You just went and told some dude to come kick my ass, bro, like right here in front of me, like I'm a fucking idiot. I said, so let me tell you, if that dude comes over here and whatever fucking happens between me and him when we're done, I'm going to come fuck you up, bro. I'm going to come fuck you up, bro. You just went over there and told someone to kick my ass, bro, is what you did.
You have a lot of
and now
you have a lot of stories about fights.
Yeah,
huh?
dude. So we're playing poker, bro. It gets live at the poker game. And so he was just like, what? And the other dudes at the table were like, I told you to let it go, bro.
Did you win that night?
I don't even know. I won that argument.
For real,
But-
right?
and then
It
he
sounds
stopped.
like you like to argue.
Yeah, but then I got
A little
no.
bit,
I don't like to
right?
argue.
Huh?
I like to end
No,
arguments.
I would have fought him if he was a regular dude. If he didn't have the
Regular.
if he didn't have the chicken
Regular.
wing, yeah, regular.
But then he wouldn't have messed with you if he was a regular dude.
he,
Somebody's always.
well, he had a buddy that he was going to tell to whoop my ass, so he
Yeah.
probably would have.
Oh.
Dude, one time we got into it at the poker games. 2 dirties showed up together, and I don't even know, like they'd never played at this game, and they were real aggressive, dude. And one of the dirties had his chick with him sitting down by the table, and he kept going, "What's up, bitch?" Like calling everyone at the table bitch, and then I was like, "Oh man, this, you know." If you've been to prison or really, you know, from the West Side, I don't know. I guess a lot of the new age dudes do it. Do you call people bitch all the time? You used to, huh? And you
Not
stopped?
really.
Because if you do that with old school dirties, they get pissed, bro.
Some-
Dudes have been to prison. Call some of them motherfuckers, and you're in an instant fight, dude. And no, the talking's done. You called them a bitch. That means it's time to fight. And in prison, that's how it was. Like you didn't call anyone a bitch unless you were ready to box. And so we're sitting at the table, and this dude's like calling everyone a bitch, everyone. And so I just hadn't been in a hand with him. When finally I was, and he was like, "Are you gonna go or what, bitch?" And I said, "Hey, bro, let me tell you what, man. You fucking call me a bitch again, we're gonna have a fucking problem." And he was like, "Oh, well, I'm just saying it, man. I don't mean like that." Well, then fucking, I say, "Well, I've been to prison, bro. I just didn't use that take that term lightly, so don't talk to me like that, bro. I don't even know you." I go, "See that dude right there? That's my homeboy. We came here together, and I'll be damned if I'm gonna listen to him call me a bitch all fucking day, you know. So fucking, why would I listen to you do it?" And he was like, "Well, man, I've been to prison too." I said, "Well, then you should fucking know better, dude." And he was like, "Okay." And then a little bit later, "What's up, bitch?" And I said, "Really, bro? Are we gonna fucking do this?" And he was
been
like,
smart with you.
he was just getting angry because he kept losing. And then when I said, "Really, bro? Is that what we're gonna fucking do?" I fucking told you. Is that now? I feel like you just now you're gonna test me.
We should go to a poker game.
Like, yeah, that's what we should do. And you know, the dude was like, he got mad and turned around and like grabbed his chick and just started arguing with his chick. just like went like, and what the fuck are you thinking? Like,
Oh,
and all of a
shit.
sudden, like roughed her up. All of a sudden, everyone got up and like, hey, bro, what are you doing? He just started smacking his chick around, and they took him to the parking lot and just threw him out. And I was like, well, that was a good way to get out of that fight. But
She took the beating.
yeah,
Right.
she loves to be called bitch. Though. They went out and he was like, "What you doing, bitch?" And she was like, "Oh, let's go."
That means love.
yeah,
That's what he meant by bitch, is love.
bitch, yes, but that's
That's
Shout
why-
out to Crown Royal though.
shout out to caramel. I didn't even know they made a caramel crown.
It's all right.
crown.
It's all right.
Apparently, it is.
Yeah, it's all gone. I don't know.
No,
I don't know where
Well,
it
you
went.
still got a little bit left right there. You can still get a squeeze. of it.
shot?
No,
Yeah.
I don't need any. You,
No?
you can refreshen yours, dude. I'm not. I'm not that much for day drinking though,
Day drinking?
unless I'm like at the coast. I'm not. Are you a day drinker?
I don't really drink.
Can't fucking tell.
This is a special occasion.
Exactly. So I started early.
Yeah, I know. We waited till I got in the car, dude.
No, I've been drinking since earlier.
The nicest Drew. Last time we did the podcast, Drew almost killed us in his nice Mercedes. It wasn't a nice Mercedes, and this one here. Now I was trying to test the waters with his nice Mercedes.
I was driving good.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
You were. But there
What-
was still
Nah,
liquor in that bottle.
half. Like I said, I drive better.
Yeah, I know. Most
More cautious.
I could
See?
tell by the way you slur your words.
It
cautious.
enhances the nerves.
Exactly.
On the west side, though, that's okay. There's still a lot of people on the west side drive around with no insurance.
Like 99.9%.
Is there any other way to drive?
I'm
Yeah,
one of them.
it's-
I'm one of them.
What is that?
I'm just
What is this
kidding.
insurance you speak of?
I have no idea.
Yeah, no, I mean that's insurance cards. Remember those were the good old
It's
days.
free. It's free. I don't pay insurance.
If you know someone on the west side that does vehicle inspections,
Oh.
that person's like God
For real.
on the west side.
For
That
real.
dude can bring cars to life that haven't moved.
I gotta actually change my sticker too. Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, dude. The sticker on my motorcycle on my Harley.
I think it goes out today.
They're giving people time though. You have like 90 days after it expires
90?
now. Something like that.
I'll
though.
wait the 80 something.
89,
days.
yeah.
89 days then.
My Harley was expired for like 5 years, but they don't really stop you on motorcycles. Nah, but I have insurance. I do have insurance. I usually just pay for the whole year. Like it's for the motorcycle, it's like $250 for
So I wish mine was that cheap.
Oh, dude, on that, yeah. Well, if they were gonna, my bike's only worth about 8,000 or something if it's totaled. You know, I have like 12 in it, and I probably will only get 8 if I wrecked it. You know, which I'm not trying to do that shit.
Yeah, don't do that.
No, not do that. So what you got going? Hey, didn't you what'd you tattooed who? That wrestler?
Homeboy Calisto.
Kalisto. Have you heard of him,
Kalisto.
Josh?
Is it on here?
Yeah, he's from WWE.
He's from WWE, huh?
Shout out Calisto.
Shout out to Kalisto. If you don't like him, he will put you in a headlock.
For real.
And he wears a mask, right?
Yeah.
So no one really knows what he looks like.
Nah, not
So
really,
you
nobody.
do? Did you take a picture? Did he let you take a picture of him without the mask?
No. He's very like
Like a
personal with
luchador.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
he takes that to heart.
That takes what to heart?
Like he wears a mask and he just doesn't want no one to know really, that's who he is wearing the mask. There's a big story
So
behind
people
it,
don't
too.
know him without the mask really at all, huh?
Not really.
And where does he doesn't live in San Antonio, does he?
No, he's from Florida.
He lives in Florida?
Which
Wow.
one? Which one? What is
Which
it?
Florida does he live in?
No, not which Florida.
Oh,
which,
Which Florida? What do you mean? Which Florida?
No. Which tattoo is it? What did he get a tattoo of?
He got the chakras down his spine.
He should have got a tattoo of his face.
He gave me his mask though. It was pretty.
He
cool.
gave you a mask?
Yeah, his own mask. He signed it off and everything. Pretty cool.
Damn. Are you gonna wear it, dude?
Yeah, I'll wear it. I'll wear it.
Was it a mask that he wore?
No, I'll wear it on a special occasion. I can't say.
You could wear it to HEB, dude.
The West Side. Las
The-
Palmas.
yeah.
Nah, then you'll see the Mexican Elvis and then
Oh,
all these
dude.
other people.
I saw him the other day. I've seen
he
him.
was
a
at the
few
bus
times.
stop.
He was at this little Mexican restaurant right there on Guadalupe Street the other day.
Yeah.
When we went to eat.
Same guitar, same everything.
Oh yeah, I got a picture of him, dude.
I think I have it on the Facebook.
that dirty lives with his parents.
I have no. You know what? You should find them and get them like on a podcast.
I don't know if how
You're gonna have to probably like stand like way or sit way far from him. 'Cause
Yeah. I don't know if he showers.
yeah, for sure.
But I don't know if he
I
drives.
think it's on my personal account.
Wait, it won't be on the off the clock one.
I haven't.
Who else have you-
I'm uploading. I'm gonna upload the vlog to the show.
Who else have you tattooed that's famous?
Well, he's my first celebrity.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But you had the dude from Blood In, Blood Out. Who Miklo, right? Go over
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. For the block party, we have Damien Chapo.
How was he? Is he a cool dude?
Yeah, he's super cool. Super like he loves talking to people. He loves
Really?
Yeah.
I saw that dude Spider was here recently. Tres puntos like a
Oh, yeah,
spider.
yeah, yeah.
What's his
Oh,
name?
yeah,
Not
he-
Dame.
They're coming back too for the Lolo show.
What's the Lolo show? The Lowrider show?
Yeah.
At Rosedale Park?
No, it's on the south on Pleasanton.
Huh. Well, I guess they didn't have any of those last year, huh?
Nah, they had nothing.
Yeah.
I wanted to do my block party last year.
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
but
You did a big old event, right? Is that what you brought him for? That's what you brought Damien Chopper for?
Yeah, the block party.
Yeah. What was that, and what was that about, or what was it for?
What was the grand opening for my shop? I was
So that's been 3.5 years or 3 years.
it was
about?
no, it's 2 years. So
Okay,
the first year I was supposed to do it, but I had a lot of like
Shit
crazy
to do.
not to do. A lot of shit came and really fucked me up. You know, like
Like, what do you mean? Like
what?
personal shit happened?
Yeah, like personal shit. Like since we brought it up, I'll talk about it. My sister had passed away.
Oh, really?
And I had planned everything. I was booking people, the booth, everything. I had another performance and everything. And
What do you mean another performance?
like I had a
An event,
stage.
you mean?
Yeah, the whole block party. It was for that year. I had the vendors, the car clubs. I was gonna have bands, DJ, but I had to cancel everything. And then I had to fly to Florida. I mean, not Florida, fucking Cali, to like
You had to cancel everything because what?
because my sister passed away.
Oh, like she was in an accident?
She hung herself. It was
Oh, she
suicide.
committed suicide.
Yeah,
Was she like depressed? How old was she?
she was young. She was what, like 21, 22, gonna be 22.
Was she like suffering from depression and stuff?
It-
Bipolar? Any
no,
of that
she was
stuff?
like the happiest person ever.
It was over a dude.
It's just that's their own personal.
But you don't. Did you? Well, I mean, you don't know. I mean,
Well, I do know. I just
but
that's real family personal. I wouldn't
Okay,
want to
I
put that
mean,
out there.
yeah, I'm just saying, because like we just did that one about that podcast was with Louis, the dude. He tried to commit suicide,
Yeah,
and he did say he had depression, though. I was just wondering if it was depression, not because I want to just be nosy. It's,
nah, it's like it's just like something that I can't really talk about.
yeah, and so that happened 2 years ago that she killed herself.
Yeah, it's been like 2 years. So yeah, two or three.
3 years.
I don't
Okay,
know,
you were
some
gonna have your grand opening, but you had to
Yeah,
postpone.
I canceled that, and then
And
yeah.
she lives in California.
No. So I went to Cali to tattoo. I was booked for 2 weeks. I think my buddy and my cousin booked me out there. I was gonna save up money for the block party because I wanted to do more stuff. So when I just landed in Cali, and then that same night we hung out at the beach with my friends and everything, and that next morning, I get a phone call, from my aunt, and all that. It was crazy. The thing is,
that just to tell you that she had passed away.
yeah.
So you had to fly right back.
Yeah, I flew right back. I didn't even enjoy like a whole 24 hours in Cali.
Oh man, that's
But
terrible.
the crazy thing is that night we were at the kitchen table with all my homies, and I think we are gonna play a card game. We were all drinking and chilling, and then so my friend's girlfriend was sitting down, and then me and my homie were at the table, right? And then so the light, his girlfriend noticed like a bug or butterfly or a bug
Mhm.
swarming around. She's like, "Oh, can you kill it? It's getting annoying. Like, what is it? Kill it." And then I look, and then it was like it's a moth, like a big ass moth.
Mhm.
And I was like, he was about to kill it. I was like, "Hey man, be careful. That's a death moth." And I don't know if you heard about death moths.
I haven't heard them called death moths.
Yeah.
What makes it a death moth? The big giant ones?
Yeah, those big ugly giant
I've
ones.
seen 'em.
So like back then, like in different cultures, they're actually omens of the dead.
They have the skulls on
Yeah.
their back. Is that why
Yeah.
they call them that?
Yeah,
Oh,
but
it's from Silence of the Lambs, they have it.
it's like there's different meanings.
It's kind of like the lechuza, almost like if you see it, it means bad, something bad,
Like,
a bad omen or something.
Yeah, so I called it out and I told him a little bit about it. Like be careful, don't kill it. Like
Is that a
they-
Mexican thing?
I would say because that's all I heard it from my.
I never
Yeah,
heard,
I
I
heard
never
that
really
in-
heard that about.
I heard
the
that in the
moth.
valley.
Yeah,
Julian.
so I called it out because I'm the one that noticed it. I called it out and I told him the story about it. I told him usually that happens when it's like bad luck or the dead is talking to you or giving you a warning about someone either gonna die or some shit like that. And then the next morning is when I get that phone call that my sister passed away.
That's fucked up.
So I think that it's just crazy how that happened.
So, she passed away, and you had, didn't you lose your girlfriend right around the same time?
So the first passing, oh yeah, that's
Callisto.
Calisto right
And
there.
you did all those down the back?
Yeah, the chakra.
7 of them?
Yeah, and then I did the little om on top, on the cross.
Oh, yeah.
That was pretty cool. It was a dope ass experience. And
Is that he gave you one? Is that the mask he gave you?
Yeah,
the one he's holding?
Yeah, he's holding. It's pretty badass. But anyways, so yeah, the first passing I had was either I think my grandpa.
Like that, it all just happened back to back to back.
Yeah, so the whole 7 years of my career.
That's how long you've been tattooing? 7 years.
7 years professional. Yeah.
When I first met you was when I started working for Republic Tattoo Supply.
Oh, back then.
And you were at Heart of Texas.
Yeah, that's where I was apprenticing.
And you had just started, or what? About a year into it, or what?
Not even
that.
I was fresh. I didn't even really know nothing at all, really.
Really, you were just starting in Vince. Shout out to Vince. Oh, Vince! I told Vince that you were gonna stop by. He said, "Badass, dude." He said he said he hopes you do, and he said, "Tell you what's up, for real."
Oh yeah, badass. Shout out Vince. Hell yeah.
But yeah, man. So that's why when I met you there, I remember you and Vince and Gina were there at Heart of Texas.
Oh yeah.
And so you were just starting then, and then your grandfather passed away, like right when you were starting?
Actually, yeah, my grandpa had passed, and that was kind of like one of my first passings. I think either that or my godfather, one of those. It's been so long.
And how old were you when your grandfather passed away?
Probably 18ish.
Do you still have grandparents?
I don't think so.
You don't have any grandparents that you know? I mean, you don't have your dad's parents or your mom's parents aren't around?
So okay, a little rundown. Like,
okay,
when I was born, my biological mom,
mm-hmm.
she gave me up. Like, I didn't have.
You never knew her?
No, I never knew her.
Really, the day like you were born in the hospital, you left with someone else?
So I opened my eyes to my grandma.
Her mom?
My dad's mom.
Oh, on the other side. Okay.
Yeah, so that's my mom. My grandma is my mom.
Mm-hmm.
That
so
is
she
my
raised
mom.
you, yeah.
Yeah, that is my mom. And that's who I lost too. So right after my sister passed, my mom passed away. So I didn't even get a break. I haven't even.
How they were both just old?
My
mom, your mom was old.
Yeah, my mom passed away from a broken heart. Like she really lost my grandpa, her husband, and then losing her, grandchild. Like,
did she raise your sister too?
Yeah, we both same household.
Really? What was your age difference in you and your sister?
For like a few years, like what?
2-3 years?
5 years.
Oh, 5 years?
Something like that.
So she was your baby sister?
Yeah, that's my only sister.
Man, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah,
and then so you lost your.
So my grandpa passed away.
Then
my godfather passed away, and then I was in a relationship when I was around at Heart of Texas. I was with her 3 or 4 years. My girlfriend
from high school and stuff, or what?
After high school, yeah. That's when I had a 9-to-5 job, and then she ended up passing away.
How did she?
An overdose on Xanax.
Accidental overdose or intentional? You don't know. Well, alcohol involved with it too.
It's kind of like both. Well, she's had several times where she's took them and she's crashed her car. She's done a lot of crazy shit on bars.
That's what I've heard. Bars are the damn. I did that.
Yeah,
that's that. I don't.
That was a crazy story too, and Vince remembers, and Gina, like
what?
She got barred out at the shop at Heart, Texas.
And what did she do?
So I think because I was just running, I was always running around back and forth helping them out, and she came and visited me to hang out, and then not knowing that she was taking them, like, because I would get mad when she would take them. Like,
how many would she take?
Like over 5. The most she's taken was 15 straight.
Like in just one day, like one after the other?
No, one, like
right then and there, just like ate them all.
Bar baby type.
And it didn't kill her. Is that? I mean, how many did she take that killed her?
I don't know.
But why would she take 15? I mean, doesn't 3 do the same thing?
1.5, half
knocks you on your ass, right?
Yeah.
Tolerance. It's tolerance.
So yeah, so she got fucking bored out.
I-
She was popping them during that night, and I was running around, so I couldn't pay attention to her. So she ended up in the chair like just like zombied out,
yeah.
like Bob. Oh man, it was like it's kind of embarrassing, you know.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
I thought I was gonna get fired. I thought Vince was gonna bitch me out.
You know, luckily Vince has seen some crazy shit, but
Oh,
I
yeah,
get
for
it.
sure.
Yeah,
But-
Vince is a cool dude, but I'm sure he's seen some crazy shit. But you're young and learning, you know.
But even at that was my first my really hit, because when you're with someone, you're so attached. You're very emotionally and attached to that
Kind
person.
of blind to the other shit.
Not blinded, but you're so attached to that person that you love, and then once they're gone, you're like, you know.
You lived with her.
No, I didn't live with her. I was with her every day, every second, every moment. And when she died, I didn't, because at that time I was young. I was a kid. I didn't know too much of what I do now. So I wasn't like, up to par where the mindset I have now, which I actually learned from her, because she was like a go getter. She was like an overachiever. She was like that.
Really, but the bars did
Exactly.
But-
That's what
but-
didn't make sense.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because she had 2 jobs, she had 2 cars. She was like, man, she went to UIW. She was going for nursing, like high shit.
What got her hooked on bars?
So an old story with her. She used to be in a relationship, and she was really close to the dude's brother, and he ended up passing away too. And I guess they were so close that she got depressed from it. She didn't know how to cope with it. So I guess she used the drugs to, I don't, people how they that's what they do.
Wow, and then she ended up dying too.
Yeah.
Like that. What a fucking coping mechanism.
So with her, like, I was with her every time. So because I was kind of lazy back then too. I was, I didn't know anything. So she would tell me like, go do something with your life. She was always pushy. Like, she's the most motivating person I know, and I got my mindset from her. So it's like I learned a lot from her. But when she was gone, I didn't know what the fuck to do with myself. I didn't know how to cope with it. So I was lost. I was very lost and emotionally destroyed. I'm still destroyed to this day, every day.
Really, dude, that's fucked up.
But I think that was a blessing in disguise, because she showed me love and she showed me lust. I've been cheated on, but she showed me both sides, and she showed me like what you should really be treated like what love really is.
So you would have married that chick, kind of.
If she was alive, I would be married right now and have kids with her. Like, that's my future. That was my future. And
wow, that's fucking brutal, dude. I mean,
but
then you don't. I mean, I don't know. It's pretty. You don't do drugs. I mean, do you?
I don't do anything though.
No, you don't just
I don't
drink a little bit, huh?
just cause I drink a little bit, but I don't abuse it. So like, just because of all my passings, all my deaths, all my hurts, all my everything that's gone that hit me is not gonna give me a reason to drown myself in sorrow.
And it's not gonna make it better doing drugs.
No,
adding
not at
drugs
all.
to whatever problems you have.
I kind of reverse psychology it. Like, I'm gonna use it to my success. Like, one of my cousin's husbands told me, like, use this pain as your success. Shout out to Julian for that. Like, that helped me out a lot.
Shout out to success too.
Awesome. Yeah, for sure. That I'm really big on success, man. That I'm here to help people, and I want to be an example to let people know that dreams are real. You could really manifest your lifestyle.
Yeah, I mean, you've been through some shit, dude. I mean, that's a lot of. I mean,
so after that, that's like the 3rd death. And then from that, a couple years later, and while I'm doing that, I'm learning how to tattoo and chase my dream. And then because before Vince, I used to work at a call center at Pizza Hut.
a call center.
Yeah, I was working downtown at the
At
call
Pizza
center,
Hut?
Pizza Hut call center. So like, what
At what
Pizza Hut calling center?
Pizza Hut?
Calling center.
What do you have a call center for Pizza Hut?
So okay, look, like just say we're hungry, right? We're gonna call the Pizza Hut. We don't call the store. We call like the main factory.
And then they
place.
distribute it to whoever.
Yeah, they
dispatch it to that Pizza Hut.
Yeah. So
I
that was
I didn't know that they were that fucking con.
it's huge, bro. There's like hundreds of people in there. It's like a fucking factory in robots. That's what it felt like.
And you're just eating pizza.
You don't even need pizza, bro. You're fucking working.
I imagine
slaving.
that y'all are just sitting in the commercials. They're all like there's a factory of like
So
You're sitting in cubicles like it's telemarketing.
exactly.
yeah.
So
I did those jobs. I did telemarketing. We've all probably done telemarketing.
I've done
right?
it.
for sure.
Yeah.
And-
Outbound, inbound.
Yeah,
But you're inbound.
yeah. And then so I always get bitched at, like, but I'm not.
Hey, dude, fucking send him to the right location, bro.
They didn't even know that. They didn't know
Hey,
that.
bro, he wanted a fucking pepperoni with sausage.
Why is it fucking an hour and a half late?
Yeah.
Like that
Well, what
shit.
the fuck, dude?
And
Fuck up.
I still have my original schedule from I quit Christmas Eve 2013.
Christmas Eve, you said Charlie Waters, huh?
I still have my. I want to hang it up. I have my original clocking sheet.
Fuck yeah.
So
That reminds you of what you don't want to fucking do.
yeah. So like with the job of 9 to 5.
Shout out to Pizza Hut, Colleen.
I better get some royalties after this shit. Bro. You giving all these shout outs. You need to get paid for that.
Shout out to Pizza Hut Call Center. Great place to work.
Yeah.
Give them some more plugs there, nation.
But